Hello and welcome for joining me again for another edition of Civilization 2. And this is again a pilot episode, so this is not the real deal. I want to, before I get into that, I want to show a map. This is what I have so far. I played a couple turns instead of doing this. This is not the real deal, as I said before. I went ahead and played a couple turns, and this is where I'm at right now. Getting an overview of the map. As again, I played this and then I recorded the voiceover. That's how I like to do things, so you'll forgive me if I don't take the time out to explain everything. I mainly left the Spanish alone. I left the Middle East alone. I left the English alone. I'm going to deal with English later. They're probably going to be the second person people I aim for after I take out the French. And the French only have about 3 more major cities in this version here. I have played a little further than what is seen here, but for right now they have about 3 major cities left on the continent of Europe, and then those little small villages in the African continent. But I'm going to take them all the way out, leave maybe about 1 city left until they're a non-issue, and then head over to the English and take out London and Southampton and Manchester. Pretty much take out the English, and then once that's done, I can, if time permits, I would take out the Russians, but I don't think that I'll be playing this on film till completion. I just want to give an example of what an LP for me would look like. And I notice every time you take over a French city, I did not mean that Saint Nazarene would go out that fast. I had no idea. I know the French were going to be that easy. I'm sure that's what Hitler said too, but that's what Hitler said. They really put up no kind of resistance at all. It's a shame how easy they are to go through. The only people I imagine would be any kind of difficulty is the English, and that's because I have to transport everything and build planes and all that nonsense. So the Americans aren't going to be too much of an issue since they're so far away. But we'll see what happens. And I was actually wrong in that last video I made for Civilization 2. They do make amphibious assaults. This is probably the patched version, or the most updated version of Civilization 2 I have here, but I do know for a fact that there are versions out there where the computer does not make amphibious lands, but they definitely do on this one, as you'll see momentarily. I also want to take the time to explain a little bit about my LPs, my future LPs. I just got done talking about this in my Resident Evil video, but I'm aware that people may come to know me through different videos. So some people that watch my LPs may not watch my other videos, and that's fine. And I just want to explain my future ambition as far as the LPs go. I do have plans for making Civilization 3. That's going to be the main Civilization game I play. I like these strategy games a lot, so I'm only going to be playing a handful of games. I'm not going to be constantly playing video games. I have more important things to do. No offense to people that play video games. I'm one of them, obviously. I didn't know my airplanes run out of fuel like that. I said before that I have played Civilization 2. That was the first one I played, but it's been so long since I played 2 that I kind of don't know the mechanics of it all the way, or I've forgotten some of it. And the neutrals here talked to me, and I forgot that Stockholm was a neutral city, so I made peace with them, or I made a ceasefire with them. Totally forgetting. I thought that, oh, okay, these last guys are probably somewhere far on the Middle East. I don't want to mess with them anyway, so that's fine. Then the guy tells me, okay, we have Stockholm too, go away. I'm like, oh man. So I just accept a little peace and don't make a big deal out of it. I back away from Stockholm, as you can see. But as I was saying, Civilization 3 is going to be the main Civilization game that I'm going to make LPs for. So this is going to be effectively the last video for Civilization 2. As I've said before, this is just a test to run through to build any interest that I could among people that like watching strategy games like this. I also play Resident Evil, and I'm going to make a Resident Evil 4 LP as soon as I get the ability to transfer images from my TV to my computer, or to a computer. And then of course I have plans for Metal Gear Solid 3 and Metal Gear Solid 1, but for now these are just test videos, and I won't be making any more test videos. You only test so many times, so after this is going to be the real deal. But In this scenario right here, I rarely play World War II scenarios because I just haven't really liked them too much. But in this one, I figured I'd do something new since I'm putting it on the internet. I'm trying to wipe out the last 3 cities, which actually is only 2 major cities. I don't really consider, I don't know how to pronounce it, Bordeaux? It's only level 8 cities, and it's not really putting out too much resistance as far as production. It's not really producing anything major. You know, it's not going to produce a tank. It's probably only going to produce fighters. So I'm not really too worried about it. I'm still going to capture it, of course, but my main concern is Marseille. Sorry, my French is horrible. I know there are a lot of international people out there are probably grinning right now, like, oh, American accent's horrible. When I do the best I can. So I was going to take over those last 2 major French cities and pretty much take my time with the French, try to rebuild my forces and keep my cities out of control. And just about out of time for this LP, or for this video. You'll notice I'll let the computer move and you can see what they're plotting. The Marines have landed. They're probably going to take that city from me because that's my only defense. But I don't imagine they'll be sneaking through anymore once I tighten down on them. Well, thank you for watching. My name is Idiomatically, as I said before, and this is a test run through of Civilization 2. Please look forward to more LPs, Civilization 3. Thank you very much for your time.